good to be back here in Vegas. The reason why I came back in boxing because I realized that I can still fight. I still have that passion. I still have that speed.
Before you even throw the punches, your stance must be right as far as your pivot. You start off with your pivot, you get on your pivot, and it's light. The jab goes like this. This is exactly how the jab go. Jab. This is called a 1-2. Boom, boom. You bring the hook with it. You can go to the body. Jab.
The moment boxing fans have been dreaming about for over a decade is finally becoming a reality, and Manny Pacquiao is taking every single second of it seriously. The Filipino icon has officially set up camp in preparation for his highly anticipated rematch against Floyd Mayweather, and by all accounts, the intensity inside that gym is nothing short of electric. Day after day, Pacquiao is pushing his body to its absolute limits, arriving early, leaving late, and treating every training session like a championship round. For a man who has given the sport some of its most unforgettable moments, the hunger in his eyes right now tells you everything. This is not a farewell tour. This is a comeback built on purpose.
And I'm still enjoying training. Like nothing's changed about, I don't get lazy in terms of sacrifices, training every morning, every day like that.
Manny Pacquiao has been refreshingly candid about where he stands heading into this fight, and the confidence radiating from him is hard to ignore. Speaking openly about his time away from the sport, he made it clear that the extended break was exactly what his body needed to fully recover and reset. But now that the rest is behind him, Pacquiao says he has returned to training with a renewed energy and a sharper focus than ever before. Those closest to him in camp have noticed the difference immediately. His combinations are cleaner, his footwork is crisp, and his endurance has been rebuilt from the ground up. Far from looking like a man winding down, Pacquiao is training with the conviction of someone determined to prove that his very best is still very much alive.
When I was 12 years old, 11 years old, so that's non-stop. I think about it that it's good for me to give my body rest. I able to rest for 4 years and now I'm back. I'm blessed by God.
Feels good, Manny, or what?
You feel good. Nice to be back. I feel happiness in my heart that I can come back here for a fight in Vegas. Nice. I mean, that's what I want.
When Manny Pacquiao speaks, the boxing world listens, and his latest words ahead of this blockbuster rematch are already making waves. In a moment that felt as much like life advice as fight talk, Pacquiao opened up about the role passion plays in everything he does. Age doesn't matter if you still love what you do, he said, with the kind of quiet conviction that only comes from someone who genuinely means it. And he went on to explain that as long as the enjoyment is there and the fire inside continues to burn, every year brings with it something meaningful and worth fighting for. Coming from an 8-division world champion who has defied expectations at every stage of his career, those words carry serious weight. It is not just a motivational soundbite, it is the philosophy that has kept Manny Pacquiao relevant, dangerous, and beloved long after most athletes have walked away for good.
That's the evidence of you being a passionate with the sport. Like, it's a like part of your life, a boxer, like to fight. And I grow in boxing. As long as I'm still enjoying the training, I'm happy continuing my.
Pacquiao has also been vocal about what kind of performance he intends to deliver on fight night, and he is not interested in putting on a dull show. He made it crystal clear that his goal walking into that ring is to give the fans the kind of explosive, action-packed contest they have been waiting years to witness. Simply moving around the ring and playing it safe is not part of his plan. Pacquiao wants fireworks. And he wants the audience, whether watching ringside or on pay-per-view from their living rooms, to feel every moment of it. After everything this fight has taken to put together, he believes the fans deserve nothing less than a genuine, heart-pounding battle, and he is fully committed to making that happen.
My inspiration, give a good entertainment to the fans. Every fight, I always consider that it's gonna be a fight of toe-to-toe. Not running around like that. Fight is a fight. You have to be ready, you have to be 100% condition, your stamina.
Philippine flag. Buhay. And this is the best. Yeah. Win.
If you want to understand Pacquiao's influence, don't count the belts. Count the silence. When he fights, the entire Philippines grinds to a halt. Even crime stops.
On the other side of this story, Floyd Mayweather is equally locked in, and anyone expecting him to show up unprepared is in for a rude awakening, despite the enormous stakes attached to this rematch, most notably his flawless professional record hanging in the balance. Mayweather has reportedly thrown himself into training with complete dedication. Those inside his camp describe a fighter who is dialed in, disciplined, and treating this like any other high-stakes championship bout. For a man who has built an entire legacy around never losing, the pressure is nothing new, but the significance of risking that perfect record in an official professional contest has clearly sharpened his focus to a razor's edge.
Right there. Right there.
Oh, there you go.
Right there.
Hey.
Right
Okay.
there. Right there. Right there. Right there.
Mix it up, boy.
50 and no mixing it up. My style is.
What has impressed observers most throughout Mayweather's training camp is just how sharp he continues to look despite the years away from competition. His movements inside the gym are still fluid, his defensive instincts remain razor sharp, and his timing, that almost supernatural ability to make opponents miss by the thinnest of margins, appears fully intact. For a fighter of his age, stepping back into a professional setting against a world-class opponent, at the level of precision he's displaying has silenced more than a few doubters. Every session suggests that Floyd Mayweather has not just shown up to participate in this event, he has shown up to win, and win convincingly.
Right hand hook. Hook here. Hook right hand. You slide and drop. Hunch it, wait till help you go. Drop. Walk it. Hunch it. Hunch it. Six. Hunch it. Hunch it.
Short. Don't look at it. So I can ship out today.
Watch it. I said that like I had my distance. That's why I stepped. See, I have my distance. Fighters don't know their distance.
Floyd Mayweather has never been short on self-belief, and heading into this rematch, that trademark confidence is on full display. He knows exactly what the public wants from him when he steps between those ropes. They want a masterclass, a performance that reminds the world why he is considered by many to be the greatest defensive boxer who ever lived, and he has every intention of delivering it. Mayweather also acknowledged the reality that no training camp is perfect. There are good days and there are rough days, and he has had his share of both. But what separates him, he suggests, is that the quality of any single session never shakes his belief in the bigger picture. Whether it is a sharp day or a slow one, his mind remains fixed on the goal, and that mentality alone is what has made him nearly impossible to beat.
What I was gonna see is a lot of me boxing. Like, I done boxed everybody. I boxed everybody, and it's so crazy. Like, I had a lot of great days, I had a lot of bad days in the gym. but I tell them I never have bad paydays.
Dimitri Salita told me a story that one time a big heavyweight, a known heavyweight, challenged you. You told Leonard to go get your bag and you dropped him with the body shot.
In a boxing gym, it don't count. You can have good days, you can have bad days. You know, a lot of times guys do good in the gym. You know, they be happy. They feel like if you done good with Floyd Mayweather in the gym, oh, I want a world title, Well, you got to really look at this now. Slow down. You go home to an apartment. You know, I go home to a...
Legendary boxing analyst and trainer Teddy Atlas has weighed in on this matchup, and his breakdown is both compelling and nuanced. Atlas pointed out something that many fans already sense, but rarely hear articulated so plainly. Floyd Mayweather carries a natural physical size advantage heading into this fight. His frame is bigger, his reach is longer, and structurally he has always been the larger man in this rivalry. However, Atlas was equally quick to highlight what Pacquiao brings to the table that money simply cannot buy. The Filipino southpaw is faster, he is more active, and crucially, he has stayed in competitive shape while Mayweather has spent a significant stretch away from the professional stage. That ring rust, Atlas suggested, is a real factor that could play a critical role in how this fight ultimately unfolds.
Okay, thank you.
Boxing commentator and analyst Wade Clemens has also stepped into the conversation, and his perspective adds another layer of fascinating context to what is shaping up to be one of the most talked about sporting events in years. Clemens was straightforward in noting that both Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao are rapidly approaching their 50s, a fact that would ordinarily signal the twilight of any conversation about elite-level competition. Yet, the announcement of this rematch, coming more than 11 years after their original clash, has ignited a level of public excitement that few events in any sport can match right now. The sheer star power attached to these two names has proven to be timeless, and the demand from fans across the globe has been absolutely undeniable. Clemens also placed particular emphasis on what Floyd Mayweather stands to lose in this contest. Throughout his entire career, Mayweather has protected his undefeated record with the kind of obsessive precision that has become his defining characteristic. Every fight he has ever entered has carried the enormous weight of expectation, and this rematch is no exception. If anything, the professional nature of this bout makes the stakes even higher. A loss here would not just be a defeat, it would permanently alter the legacy of one of boxing's most celebrated and controversial.
Him and Manny, and I know they're gonna do that on Netflix.
Floyd.
I think that's still a high level fight though. That's what I love about it, because I think Manny is still a high level fighter. And Floyd, even in these exhibitions that he's been doing,
looking good, huh?
He looks great, man. He looks great in sparring. You see him in sparring, like, good Lord, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like he's lost a step.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't see Manny being able to beat Floyd Mayweather. Like, I don't see it. I think Manny looked solid his last fight with Barrios, but I just don't see Floyd losing. Like, I think it's some guys that he could come back today in the sport of boxing and fight.
Yeah, I think so.
Like guys
even
like
though he's
Barrios,
47. Yeah, right.
I think he would
like Barrios.
While Mayweather's layoff from competitive boxing remains a point of discussion, those who understand the sport at its deepest level are careful not to discount him too quickly. His ring intelligence, his positioning, and his ability to read and neutralize opponents are qualities that do not simply fade with inactivity. They are baked into who he is as a fighter, refined over decades of elite competition, and that kind of instinct does not disappear. Pacquiao, on the other hand, has kept himself active and relevant, and his continued presence in high-level competition means his speed and punching power have remained sharp and battle-tested. What makes this rematch so endlessly fascinating is that it transcends a simple discussion of who is older or who has been busier. This is a chess match between two of the most tactically intelligent fighters the sport has ever produced. A battle of strategy, ring generalship, and the kind of physical conditioning that defies what most athletes achieve at this stage of life. Promoters, analysts, and fans from every corner of the world are watching with with enormous anticipation to see whether Mayweather can walk away with his perfect record still intact, or whether Manny Pacquiao can etch his name into history with one of the most stunning victories the sport has ever seen.
But two was, who's got less miles on the odometer? And because of the defensive style of Mayweather, I gave a check to Mayweather having the edge here. I mean, besides the Marquez fights, Pacquiao's been in some tough fights, right? Reflexes and timing and other boxing elements. Well, I gave the check to Pacquiao. You know, at least he's had some fights, or at least one real fight, you know, Barrios recently. And yeah, Mayweather's fresher, but inactivity could affect his timing, especially early in the fight. So next one, power. Well, the guy who's always been a naturally better puncher, not the naturally.
And that is everything we have for you on today's coverage of what is shaping up to be the most electrifying boxing event in recent memory. The storylines are rich, the stakes could not be higher, and the anticipation is only going to build from here. Make sure you stay tuned for all the latest updates, exclusive insights, and everything you need to know as fight night draws closer. Until next time, keep watching, because this one is going to be absolutely unforgettable.
11 years later, when both men are about to hit 50, here we are. Okay, that's the hype of this. That's the interest of it, right? Two of the biggest names in the history of the sport. They're both old. We get that, but they're both doing this in a pro fight. This will not be an exhibition. It'll be a pro fight. So it is going to go on someone's record. Could Manny actually take Floyd's O away? And here I am getting drug into this thing. And you know what? I'm not even mad about it because I understand what it is. It's not going to be the highest level of fight between these two. And I don't think it sullies their name any worse than what Floyd was doing with John Gotti III. No offense to top 3 black person of all time, but Deji, some other fights that no one really watched or cared about. Floyd did that to himself, but he still has the drawing power across from his greatest rival in Manny Pacquiao to